Make Tom feed. Wow, that's trippy. Woohoo! Hey guys.
Yeah, I was awake till 9 a.m. this morning, Marie, and I managed to use my old phone to take control and factory reset my new phone. I lost a few bits and bobs, but I got my phone back. Most of all, I've got a better camera. Yesterday was just a write-off, definitely. Just a washout day. I didn't get a chance to post your panko today. It's already in an envelope ready to go though. It'll be going in the morning. No, I did it myself. Managed to work it out myself by installing a few bits and bobs and a little bit of trickery. It's not easy, but managed to take control of the phone and get it back. No, definitely be posted in the morning. I've got some millipedes and some isopods to post to a friend as well. I should have 2 lots of shrimp to send, but silly Rob didn't think of looking if he had any fish bags, and he ain't got none, so I've had to order 50. Wrong bottom ones. I don't like the bags with corners. And I've got some blue sapphire shrimp coming. Near Caridina cherry shrimp. These just want to be on camera, these. These keep coming to the front. Wish you had more of these custom tanks. Nice thick glass, beveled edges, clean silicone. They're off eBay, round bottom bags. I get the seller Dan Taylor. They're like heat pressed on the bottoms, so they're actually, when you fill them with water, they're rounded, so they catch up fish or shrimp in the corners. And they're nice and long, so you can get a good tie on it, regardless of how much water or what it is you're putting into the tank. Didn't realise I had the flash thing on there. Isn't it? A lot better, not as grainy. Surprising the difference of the. I always thought the camera on the S20 was actually really good. And I got the S24 and I was like, wow. But my partner's got the S23, so I knew what the camera was like on that. I think it's just 23 is as good as the 24, but the difference was unreal. 10 of these. 1 second. If there's any in the tank, see if I can zoom in. There's one right there, Dragon Blood. There's one nice blue one at the back, they're Caridina. And 12 mixed shrimp for my friend Charlotte, which I'm giving to her, even though she's covered extra with postage. Because it's nice to be nice. I often do the. Yeah, they're Dragon Bloods. The red version is called Red Calcio, but in Asia they call it Red Dragon, Blue Dragon. I prefer the red dragon, blue dragon. It's like a royal blue. Royal navy blue, deep, deep blue. Let's go down to my favourite tank. I can't get enough of these fish. The old African tetras. Very sensitive, if you notice, Marie. The zoom's very sensitive on this. God, you touch it. I obviously assume it can be adjusted. Sensitivity side of it, because it's touch it and it just goes. Zoom. Bit of food in there for them. Just get them feeding. Yeah, the colours are stunning. And then if I put this plant light on, watch the colours pop even more. It's amazing what a bit of light can do. Every tank should have some Congo tetras. You can sit there for hours and watch them, because they just don't really stop. Constant swimming. Well, they do stop, but rarely. And it's amazing how all the other African species actually show together with it. Oh, sorry. But this tank and my rainbow fish tank's my favourite tanks. My rainbow fish have been laying lots of eggs. I've moved them all. Some have hatched out already, but it looks like the culprit is Pseudomogul ficcatus, which is the yellow fork-tailed blue eye, Pacific blue eye. Because the eyes on the other rainbow fish are more natural colours, whereas the eyes on the yellow fork-tails are blue, same as these babies. Very slow growing fry. Then it's time, your tanks are all too small. Get another tank. Christmas is coming soon. Get a nice big 300 litre community tank. Full on planted, big scape at the back with a load of like rock ledging, so it looks like a wall going up the back with some roots in it and some nice plants in between. And a load of different tetras, African and South American. I think it'd look epic. Like a carpet of Monte Carlo. Hello again, God. God's a sucker, Marie, for African tetras. You want some yellowtails like man now. So let's see if I can pick the colour purple up in it again. Let's take the camera down a bit. Let's go a bit closer. Let's go a bit closer. Yeah, the camera's vastly improved from the, I know it's a big jump, the S20 to the S24, but they've certainly improved the camera quality, so I can only imagine what it's going to be like in 10 years time. Whew. I reckon we'll have 24K HD, or as they call it now, Ultra HD, UHD. There is red shrimp in here as well. And some snow white plecos and some corridors somewhere. It's not that you're rubbish at uploading at the moment. You just had a lot of lives and the bingos and whatnot. Make some time for yourself. Get some content done. Yeah, it's got a lot more options on this camera, hasn't it? A lot more. I've took some pictures of shrimp earlier, and the colours what come out, I was like, wow. Seeing colours what I've not seen before. Plants have took well in here. The Anubias and the crypts. When I identified cryptocorin, that it came in as a cryptocorin mix, so I'm not really sure what crypt it is. It's the only thing with aquadip. Some of the plants. Yeah, I'm still learning that of it, so I don't use Instagram. I'm very minimal when it comes to social medias and stuff. Quite a private person, really. Just looking forward to making some nice fancy shrimp, I am. Tanks arrive at the end of the week. Get them up and running. I've already got the sponge filters in other tanks already cycled, so I'm getting a non-leaching soil, so I can pretty much get an instant cycle in 24 hours of the tank. Breeding season's upon us. Send them to me on Facebook. Like. Yeah, that's an idea. They always wondered why they always congregate here, then I realised it's because that's where the big flow hits them. I've done the filtration, so it's got two filters in here, one each end, one going up, one going down, so the theory is, I don't technically, well I haven't yet, I don't get any dead spots in the tank. So maintenance is quite minimal, because the filters catch a lot of it. And then what's not caught is undertaken by my army of rabbit snails. In fact, I shall put the snail's favourite food in. Let's see if you see them come. That's if the Congo citrus don't get it like they're doing now. Get off. Right, that didn't go in the right place, did it? Get my little. This is my little stick. So it saves putting hands in tanks. So you can actually position the food. And it's stainless steel, so it doesn't rust. Everyone must have their own little tools, or is it just me? I have a wall. I've got more pairs of scissors to skip than I've got scissors in the house. Smudge spots are all here in the corner, being shy. Nice corridors then. Tell you one thing I've noticed though, since I've been doing the labs, I'm feeding my tanks a lot more, which is a bad habit I do not want to get into. Because overfeeding creates problems, it brings nasties. Where's the curries gone? Didn't even know they'd left. What sandwich? I've just had a sandwich, funny enough. I hadn't eaten all day, so I thought I need to get something. I did a chicken tikka sandwich. Some like tikka spread. It's not the best, but I enjoyed it. I'm not even eating properly lately, but because I only had 2 hours sleep today, I had the baddest headache from hell, and felt almost like I'm hungover. Pork chops, I love a pork chop. Yes, we have lots of rabbit snails in here. I'll get them all into one space for you to see. I'm going to disturb them with my little tweezers. Put them right on the food. This is why I like lowboy tanks. I can do stuff like this without even having to put my hand in the tank. Look, the tank looks very low, but it's actually 445 centimetres deep. There's another one there. Come here, mate. Let's put them all on it. Go on, all pile on. Any more? There is lots more in there. I think most of them are buried. I've been getting mumble jumbled and everything today. Alright. That's exactly how I felt like that. A bit clumsy. Like I could fall off my own feet. That's why I like my tanks, because they're actually, shouldn't have done that. They're actually low boys, 28 centimetres tall, 45 deep, 900 long, and then the ones on the landing, that's a metre long tank, but they're only 30 by 30. But the best part, what I like about it is, and apart from not being able to have very, very tall plants, you tend to 99% of the time don't need to put your hand in a tank because you've got something to grab it with, whereas when your tanks are deeper, I've got 45 tanks, sometimes you have to put your, I just don't like putting hands in tanks. Call me funny, but that's just me. I felt it. I won't be doing that again for a while. That is for sure. The fish have stole the wafer and moved it. So if I put that there, put the snails on it. Rabbit snail Jenga, this. Work for your food. There we have the Namano shrimp. Diesels, cleaning products. It's surprising what you can transfer. I'm real funny with my nets as well. I have 2 nets for each, pretty much 2 nets for each tank, and I rotate them so no net goes in another tank. And then I've got a steam cleaner. I use the steam cleaner to sanitize them. I use the steam cleaner when I clean my tortoise out as well. Give it a deep clean. The brown one, the brown one with the... That's actually a hybrid. They're actually crossed. It's a yellowhead chocolate stripe, if you want to call it. Whereas naturally it has spots, not stripes, and that tells me it's one snail's bred with the other, because as you can see that snail's different, but then that is an adult. Oh, I couldn't have one net for all my tanks. That's just asking for problems, especially when you've got planaria, because believe me, them little freaks can jump ship real easy. Yeah, I'll show you what I mean about different rabbit snails. Here's one. Look at the shell on this one. That's different. This one wants in on it. I will be soon. I will be certainly soon. But still got a date now. It's gone from the front of me to the back. Just like asleep. Rabbit snails are all doing the acrobatics. Make them work to turn around. Are you have ironing to do for work? You ironing for yourself or for a client, like? Do you know, I've had a lot of medication and I felt a bit funny taking a certain one. After I took it, I don't know if it was like made me a bit more, because it's a muscle relaxer, not one that knocks you out obviously, just the central core muscle relaxer. And I took it and I felt sick. Client chairs. What are you, an ironing service? If you work with the wall bars, I touched the knife for years. If I was going out, I'd hang the shirt in the shower before I get a shower to steam all the creases out. Ah, you're a housekeeper. Oh, it must be some clients then if you're doing all that. They must have some dollar. Especially down there. I bet you see some right grand entrances. You try in your own stuff. Who does these days? Very few, I think. It's not like it used to be. I can remember as a kid always seeing my mum at that ironing board. She'd even iron my dad's socks for work. My dad being in the army, he was very, he'd usually take over on the iron. He certainly knew how to iron. He used to try and iron lines in our trousers for school. I'm like, I don't think so. Trying to send me to school like I'm in the army. Sorry Dad, I know you was in the army, but chill man. Oh my god. Does any of them have any shrimp tanks? Do they want any shrimp? If they had tanks, I'd be doing videos from the client's house saying, look at my tank. My new tank. Imagine owning a Picasso. Some life they must have done to get there. None of them have fish. You need to entice them into buy new fish tanks. So yeah, you can have a fish tank, but keep it at my house, and I can maintain it. So, I mean, I give them away for, and all the rabbits knows want to do is bury themselves. A lot of the higher class society tend to do have a big grand fish tank in their house. It's quite popular in the richer world. I'm talking like bigger scale, big tanks. If I was rich, I'd have a massive tank. And we're just selling our two best players to Ipswich. 40 million for two players. I'd say that all day long. Not mega rich, but yeah, but not mega rich, but compared to myself, they're mega rich. Yeah, they do. I ain't bothered though, because our owner said the money will go straight back into the club. So we had 14 million to spend. Now we'll have another 40, but I think a lot of it'll go on bringing in some high class, big deal loan signings, so big fees. Fortunately, you have to be paid. But we tend to get a lot from the Turkish league. Our owner's Turkish. But Czech complaining because we had Ozun Tufan and he was a diamond. We've got a winger who's quality. But we shall see who he signs. I mean, we've got a new coach, German. Every club going for German coaches. You're stuck with Rooney. Oh, I hope you feel optimistic for the season. Because I don't. Not for me, anyways. But that might change. My feelings always change when we start making signings. But I want them to do signings straight through the door. I want them to get them in pre-season because Wednesday they all go away for 10 days training camp in Turkey at the Turkish FA. Big fancy place with the hotel and golf courses and all that, and it's quite snazzy. And he takes 150 fans. He's done it 3 times now. Our new owner's a lot different from our old one. Yeah, they have, because what's his face? Schumacher was a Scouse, wasn't he? Oh, you done it. I remember you saying how much yours cost. You pay a lot more than us. Things are certainly more expensive, not even in just football, but from up here to down there. Big difference. I mean, what I pay for my 3-bedroom house, I wouldn't even get a shed down south. Oh, right, more, yeah. and Ian Foster, I forgot about him as well. See, fish and chips here are cheap. Just the cost of living, north-south. I think it's wider than it ever was. I mean, we only go over, I'm sure you've been over the Humber Bridge, alright? We only go over there, and the cost of living in a shop, if you want to get a can of Coke, goes from 75 pence to £1.15. I'm just using the can of Coke as an example. Just, why? When it's a mile away from home. I hope Bruni does well. He deserves it really, because he got some stick for it. But Birmingham should have never let John Eustace go, because he was flying. But when your new owners come in and they're hiring and firing, do what they want, can't they? I bet everyone's thinking, what are they on about? Soccer. Football. Get them for £1 a tube here. This is what I'm on about. It's just people say, I don't see it and that, but it's for a pint of beer. For a pint of beer, it's like in Hull, it's averaged about £2.90, £3.10. I bet you couldn't get a pint on there for that. £4.10 for Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop. You'd want that chug to never finish at £4.20. 95p difference. The villages are real costly, aren't they? We have a few villages surrounding us, and one called Beverley. That's where all the big houses are, let's say, like the Canned, Euclid with tennis courts and whatnot. A lot of footballers live there, which I wouldn't blame them, because it's a lovely. Hello, anybody new joining us? Once you pop, you just can't stop. Please don't stop. Best cleaning things in the world, these snails and them, the manna shrimp. This went through a phase of algae. Now look at it. Is that Anubias? That Anubias there, that one, started like a piece like that. It's done that for Anubias, that's fast. And it's nana. So it shouldn't grow that big. Same as that one. Oh, look at the glimmer on them fish. Hey Ted. I love Amanos too. Thank you for dropping by and coming to say hi. Miss Marie. No, it looks like that's definitely Anubias. That's a mini version, because then I've got Anubias here, which is the large variety. Not even glued in, just stuffed down, and they've actually attached themselves. That's attached to wood, and that one's attached itself to the rock. Oh look, the red shrimp. Yeah, Marie, you're right. The camera's definitely a big difference. Big difference. after 2 minutes I was getting a numb bum. The quick answer is yes. There is an answer of no because, but then again, dwarf cichlids are quite placid in a community tank as long as, what size tank are we talking? And remember, rams like a warm mess like 27, 28 Celsius. Is there a lot of like visual breaks, like wood and rocks, where one fish could be at one side and the other, and the one still won't see each other, and lots of hardy holes and caves? She'll need some caves. Some pieces of slate. I use terracotta pieces, and I put them under the huts. I've already bred rams before. I did them 2 years ago. And the way I did it was put a piece of slate, like terracotta, underneath the coconut hut. And once they'd laid eggs, I'd lift the hut open and just pull these thingy out and put it into my hatchling tub with extra wobbles. And that first my rams ate the first about 7 batches of eggs, and I thought they was never going to do it. And then the 8th time they actually raised them to wrigglers, but then they ate the wrigglers, and then the 9th time they cracked it. Oh, if you're just getting one, oh yeah, then yeah, definitely. If I was going to get specific sex of one, I would probably choose a male over a female, just for the fact males are more colourful. Have you thought about a nice pair of apistogrammas? Apistogrammas would be okay in your Nancy. A little bit small, well, a lot smaller. You're only talking about an inch and a half maximum size. A good project to breed, because they're a very popular fish to sell here in the UK. And as far as the pistogramma goes, parents, they're very good at raising the fry from the off. Again, because I've bred pistogrammas, Agassiz steel blues. I ended up having to get rid of loads. Yeah, definitely okay with tetras. They come from the same water. So tetra's like in a little bit more soft water like yours. The only thing you'd have to do is, no, actually, what temperature is your tank now? Because I'm thinking in my head about rams here, because you're on about rams. Rams like the temperature warmer, so there's a bit of a difference there. But a pistogramma would be an option. You could even get a pair to breed. A lot of people sell them in breeding pairs, male and females. Females tend to be on the dull side in most of the pistogrammas, but there's some males what you can get. Wows. 26 Celsius is perfect for a pistogramma as well. pH 6 to 6.5, again, perfect. You probably find a pistogramma that'll breed happily in your water. A pistogramma would breed in a community tank as long as it's like this. You see, I have rock there. I made a cave, so if I put anything in there, they'll make that the cave and breed. As long as you've got hardy holes. But a pistogramma, you're only talking not even the size of. I mean, I've had some what was just an inch long, but then I went to Wharf Aquatics once and they had some wild caught cockatoides, and oh my god, there was for a dwarf cichlid, they weren't dwarf, but these was wild caught. See, the pistogramma might want to claim that, or you can add another cave. It's always an option. Believe it or not, in this tank and my other tanks, I got the small terracotta huts, fully sealed all the way around apart from the entrance, and I haven't buried, so there's just the entrance poking out. So just for the simple fact, I always add them to the tanks, because when it's a future fish, I'm like, oh, I could get a pair. If I see a nice pair of rare pistogrammas, because Wharf Aquatics always has rare ones in. Pistogrammas are lovely. Look up a pistogrammas. anyone what knows the pistogrammas will recommend pistogrammas because they're a lovely little dwarf cichlid, and 90 litres is perfect. Or you could also look at getting the opposite, but very similar to the German blue ram, and look at getting the Bolivian ram. Don't need as high temperature, 26 is sufficient. They're just not as attractive looking, but stay relatively small and do fine in a community tank. Good idea, so it doesn't stand out. Yeah. I don't like to make things obvious. Behind both of these rocks there's holes to get in them under the rocks as well. So I think that's where the plecos have made home. But in here there's a male and a... But they tend to not to breed naturally like that. But if I put my pleco cave in here, I can guarantee within 1 week there'll be a male on eggs, fanning the eggs. It's amazing to watch plecos breed. The fathers, they don't even feed for that first week. The father just stays on the eggs and fans them, constantly fanning the eggs, going without food, just, and then once they're at regular stage, it's like, see you later. Hongsloys, if I was going to get one, Hongsloy would it. I've had Borelli. They're not as nice as look on what you see online and stuff, but the Hongsloy definitely are. You've got Agassiz Vieja Super Red, which are like white creamy colour with an orange to red dorsal fin. I've got 5 pairs of plecos. Luckily enough, some survived, and I thought I ended up with all males, but no, I've got 6 males, 5 females. I know which is females now on mine because you can see the eggs already forming in the female, because they carry the eggs for quite a while. But yeah, and a pistogramma's definitely a good option. Relatively easy to breed. If you had a hard water, I wouldn't recommend it, but you've got tetra water. That's why your tetras thrive. Nice softer water, lower pH. There's quite a lot available now. You wouldn't think of putting any cichlid of a dwarf type in a community tank 5 years ago, but a pistogramma came on the scene relatively late in the UK, and it was like, that's changed everything, because they're like literally a dwarf. You could almost call them super dwarf cichlids. But yeah, out of 7 different pairs I had at the time, this is why I don't have many more, because they're just bred, and I was like, okay, but 1 pair's more than adequate. But so me being me, I wanted 1 of each flavour. At the time that was 7 different ones, and 6 out of the 7 bred. And I didn't even do no different, apart from mimic your water basically, which I achieved by half filling my water butt with half tap water, dechlorinated already, through a dechlorinator, and then just filling the other half up with pure RO. And then what it does, drops the pH, and then I had some black water liquid, which is also good, and then that takes the pH down to about 6.5. So then I have to make my water to get like your water. You're very lucky. But what were you on regarding in the same tank, Murray? Because my memory's rubbish. Short, long term I'm good, but short term. The plants that haven't done very well, but I'm noticing the ones that haven't done very well in the back there, they're in a high current. And then you get my Cessiflora. If anybody wants any of cuttings of that, when I next do my cuttings, just let me know. I'll save them and send them to you, because it all needs trimming soon. because usually I throw it away. Oh no, not all in the same time. One of each. One of each. I had 7 pairs in 7 different tanks, all individually tanked as a pair. One pair. Some had trios in it, be it 2 females in a male or 2 males in a female, because some like to jostle more males, have to prove a point to the female to get the female's attention, which tends to work with histogrammers. But relatively, on a scale of 1 to 10, me personally, I would, but I've bred quite a lot of things. Not blowing my own trumpet there either. I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, they're an easy 7. That's not all a histogrammer though. And you thought about doing a rack? This rack here, Marie, I'll show you now, is 900 millimeters by 450 by 1800 tall, and its per shelf is 200 kilograms. The top light's not on, obviously. Sorry guys. I can't get it in the full screen. Oh, for instance, that rack. That's a rack. Hello, Eduardo. But yeah, that was 90 quid. And I just sprayed it. Come orange and blue, so I sprayed it black. And that's all run off one pump through an air system here, through this. And that the air blows into the, and then every so long I have air taps. It goes all the length of my thing and then down. But yeah, that's how I run my filtration. All that for this. I've even started doing this. I saw this on Dean doing it off Aquarium Co-op. Started doing my food in these because it's just so easy to do this one-handed while you're on camera and just go scoop, scoop, scoop. Done. But yeah, you thought about doing a rack? My chat wasn't showing anyone. Mine's done that sometimes, Marie, before, and that was down to my internet. When my internet dropped off, it was like almost like I was talking to myself. Oh, the landlord. This is private rented, but it's of a friend. It's a good friend, so he knew already. He even allowed me to. Said if I want to put a sink in my room for drainage, I can, but as long as I rectify it before I move. I did think about it, but I went for another option. I pump feed my wastewater out and down my window and down the drain pipe into the sewer. That's so sad that in that shouldn't be allowed. Shouldn't be allowed to do things like that, but they now have more powers than ever, don't they? Nobody upsets Marie. It's probably Discord having a bad day. Used to use Discord in the shrimps, for my shrimps, but it wasn't popular back then. Been there, done that. It's more popular now. But I'm on that many platforms, I mean, 2 or 3 is enough for me. But I'm really enjoying the YouTube, I'm enjoying this interaction. I don't leave the house, so yeah. Fish is my therapy. Yeah, Marie, that's you shouldn't be allowed to be just kicked out at any moment. That's such a treading on eggshells. A tenant shouldn't be made to feel like that. But yeah, I'm loving this live and a little interaction, even if it's only a few people. I mean, if anyone wants to ask any questions, fire away. Anyone willing to travel up to Hull can have some fish for free. Because I've got so many. So many fish, not enough tanks. And then he says, setting another 5 shrimp tanks up. I need to do a fry system. Maybe where my isopod subs are, bottom shelf. Might do it. I've got 900, 450 to play with. Because they could go somewhere else. But yeah. My room's like a zoo. There's literally tanks everywhere you look. My RO system's right there and yet there's a tank on the floor. Ah. Yeah man, when I first started on YouTube I used to get that a lot. And it looked like all my messages. But then if that's what I'd have to do, refresh. That was happening on my Samsung S20 though, not my new, well it's not happened on my new phone yet. But I suppose there's always time. I need to get some female Congos in here, definitely, because the males are doing this. Getting a bit of jousting going on. But yeah, the filtration I use on this was in grand total cost me £20 and it's double filtered. And I've just modified them by adding media, so then I've got a biological media load and a mechanical, be it sponge and yeah. And then I've just adjusted one so one's on the spray bar so it floats like a waterfall, gives it a rivery movement. You're on your new phone. But yeah, that's definitely happened to me before. I remember it happening. You can certainly tell the rain's coming. It's got very humid, almost thundery like wet weather. I can feel it in the air. Canisters, yeah, like internal canisters, just with a power head on, and then I've souped them up with extra special media, and then coarse sponge at the bottom, and then a fan sponge at the top. So the idea is all the bigger debris get caught in the small sponge, so the top sponge tends to only need cleaning once every 6 months, whereas I clean the bottom sponge once every 3 months, and the tank's just. You can see the clarity for yourself. There's no polishing pads or anything in there. It's just 30 PPI grade sponge and some quality media. Oh, that's not an air stone. That's just an air stone. Well, it's actually a bubbly something. Just dispenses, supposed to dispense even finer bubbles, but I think it's been knocked off to distribute larger. Oh no, brand new, with brand new filters. Amazon, I like to buy things cheap things and test them. 50% of the time they work. I've gone through a few, but as far as filtration goes, I've even got it in my African shell, for instance. That one, this one here, it's just turned on its side. 2 types of sponge, and then inside it's got media. And I can control the flow, just send it up to give it a bit of agitation. But as you can see, look how clean the tanks are. This one down here, this is done by this type of filtration, which is called matten. That's a full filter, that wall. One end of the tank is a filter, and then off that comes a little white thing that's spitting water out, and then behind it is all the media. That's matten filtration. I like my matten because it was cheap. Cheap filters, just cheap Chinese made. 20 quid for both. Which whitefish? Oh, these are albino, Neolamprolagus brushadi albino, aka the fairy cichlids. And as you can see, there's 10 different generations in here. That's one of the parents there, and there's even a colony over there of new. Yeah, I do like matten. It's really good filtration, especially for a shrimp tank, because the shrimp can graze. You get so much grazing area for the shrimp from they love to feed off the sponge. Matten filter? No, it's matten, M-A-T-T-E-N. Hamburg matten. It's actually German. Hamburg matten. Germans invented it. It has just an uplift at the back which sends the air driven, obviously. I can turn the airflow up and that by the tap. All the sides of my tanks have taps, so if I really wanted to, I can turn the air off so it's quieter in here, which I should do when I'm recording so I don't get all the back noise. Yeah, Marie, I've got loads of cichlids. This full rack in the middles. We've got Lamprolagus ornitip in Zambia, which is a shell dweller. I also have Neolamprolagus brushadi normal phase and albino phase. I have Dulidicromus kiplii, I have Dulidicromus transcript, I have Lamprolagus ocellatus gold. They're all cichlids. Oh, yeah, because they're young. Well, the African Tanganyika shell dwellers tend to not get that big, unless they're Cyclochromis, which get about 3 inches, but most of them stay about an inch and a half. I mean, my golden ocellatus, maximum the males get about an inch, just over an inch. Let me check Marie. God's in chat. Oh, what have I done here? God's in chat. Looks like just you, Marie. Sometimes people tend to sometimes I can get in a chat though, and I tend to not go in the chat. I just sit back and watch the whatever's going on. Linger Lake. I think, Marie, do you know what I think it is? We've got bad weather coming. It's due to start raining at 1 AM in the morning, which it tends to probably. Are you due any rain? I think we all are, really, aren't we? Some little storms. They don't usually they join in, but with it being the time difference, I have to remember they're probably doing everyday stuff still. Was it 1 a.m? Well, I don't have to be up tomorrow. Shipping the shrimp in the afternoon. My parcels to you and Charlotte are already packed. Just need taken to the post office, which my other half does in the morning. I'm still playing catch up from my hurricane and trying to get the house back. You see, it's one of the few good things I say about the UK. As much as we get storms, we get nothing like what you guys get. Nothing at all. Our weather's nothing compared to, it's just rainy. This year has been a bit of a washout when it comes to it's rained quite a lot. Not had much sun. Although we did get some sun while I was away at the weekend, which made the caravan very hot. But yeah, glad you survived. Always. Listen away then, it's fine. Life comes first, Rob comes last. That is good, that is okay. Can you imagine Marie, can you imagine if the UK had a proper hurricane? Oh good God, we get a bit of snow and it's shut down. Considering we're an island, we don't get things bad really. I just wish we had nicer weather, so I don't like warm weather, but I wish we had warm weather so I could have outdoor tropical fish outdoors all year round. Obviously for 10 months of the year, obviously 1 month of the year you get a bit chilled, but I'd have some fish. We don't go. Yes, right, we get a few days of sun and it's Tesco starts selling beer cheaper, ice pops go up in sales, people are like up north are what's called mafting, which means boiling, down south I don't know, warm. Yeah, I've always thought about a generator for a power cut. We do get them once in a blue moon, rarely, because a lot of our power lines now go underground, so for that reason, plus the fact we don't get the storms you guys get. I just wish we had some more of the sun. Sunny weather brings all the best in people, but when it's sunny it also brings storms. It's when that warm air gets that cold air, boom. Still Marie. So with the our area, Marie. I've been in this house 9 years and we've had one power cut, and it was back on by 5 p.m. So luckily enough my tanks was okay. Fortunately all the beneficial bacteria didn't die off. Wow, I was flapping. Because back then I had 15 tanks of shrimp, about £10,000 worth of shrimp. So it was going to be like, I can't lose all these. Because I've invested a lot in carrying it. Because that's where my real passion is, not fish, shrimp, but since I got Congo tetras and my rainbow fish have took over. Just wish we had a good fish shop what was local, not sells the old generic stuff, guppies, mollies and bloody basics corridorus. Why I like Wharf Aquatics, the varieties and like unmatched. I've been to quite a few fish shops within a 3-hour drive. African bull. It's just the way WAF do it. East African, West African, Central African. Then they have a snakehead wall, Shanna. They have a wall of betters. I mean, their highest price better was £18 and it was a stunner. Which I think's fair for a shop bought high grade better. It was a copper Hellboy. Right, enough of me talking, guys. I'm gonna shop and go get some sleep. So cheers for chatting, cheers for watching. I bid you all a good day and a good night and whatever it is you're doing. Oh look, a pleco. So I'll catch you all soon, guys. Good night. Yeah, me too, Marie. Good night. Sleep tight, everyone. Bye.